We're going to talk a little bit about topwater hollow body frogs. As you can tell just from looking at what's in front of the camera here, there's just all sorts of different colors and sizes and shapes and designs for topwater frogs available. They're called hollow body frogs because it probably makes sense. Their body is actually hollow inside. These kind of what help makes them float. So these are topwater baits. You work them on top of the water. They're just a super fun and exciting way to catch fish. That's what makes them so popular too. They're very popular because they're just a lot of fun. The strikes and the hits from the fish can be at times very violent and explosive, so it's just an exciting way to catch them. There's really, frogs are pretty easy to fish too, which is kind of a nice thing about them. I mean, a beginner can really fish these all the way up to a seasoned vet, but basically all you do is you cast the frog out and it's going to float. These baits have a little weight in the back though, so they're going to kind of sit with their nose sticking up in the air a little bit, but the baits float, and all you have to do is just, you can work them back fast, you can work them back slow, you can drag them. All you have to do though is just small little twitches of the rod, and these baits kind of dart and dash back and forth, and they kind of have what's called a walk the dog action in open water. What makes frogs really special is they can be fished in any type of cover, anything as thick and as nasty as you can find. For the most part, these are going to get through it super easy, and you're not going to get hung up. And a lot of times that's where the fish are, is in that stuff that's hard to get into. And these are the perfect baits for that because they sit right on top of it, and you're not going to get caught up in things. One tip that I really always tell people with frogs is no matter the brand, how much they are or how little they are, one thing I always do is on these little weights here, I always just take a couple drops of super glue and just put it around the outside of the weight, because all of these hollow body frogs are notorious for losing their weights, and it can be kind of frustrating. But that super glue tip is really a simple, easy way to fix that problem. When I'm fishing a frog, if you're fishing open water frogs, there's really not a whole lot that you have to do specifically, but anytime you're fishing in weeds and stuff like that, which most of the time is what you're going to be doing with frogs, there's a few things that are a must, and the biggest is braided line. It's just, frogs and grass are impossible to fish without braided line. You're not going to get the fish out of the thick weeds. And what the braid does, it has that thin diameter and no stretch, and it just cuts right through the grass, and you can set the hook hard and just horse those fish out and get them out as fast as possible. The other thing I like is a nice high-speed bait casting reel. It can be done with a 6:3:1, that type of gear ratio, but I prefer the 7:1, 7:3:1. But the other thing is a good heavy action, heavy power, powerful rod. I like to do at least 7 foot, but it just helps you get a good hook set and get those fish in and out, or get the frog in and out of that grass as fast as possible. Once you get the fish on, you want to be able to get that fish out fast, because the longer it gets in the grass, the greater the chances that you're going to lose the fish. So check them out. Eposeidon has just a real nice selection of hollow body frogs. Great colors, great styles and shapes, and quite a few to choose from, and at a great price too. So if you're looking to getting into frog fishing and trying it out, it's a perfect place to get some frogs, and I think it's something everybody's really going to enjoy because it's a lot of fun. Thanks.